Hello, Kyle Graham here. Welcome to the first video in this series. Now today I want to show you a near bulletproof method that you can use right now today to double your leads or opt-ins and triple your website traffic. Now the purpose of this video and all of the other videos in this series is really to show you a fundamental shift in marketing thinking and a new, easier approach to marketing and promotion that will hopefully help your business in the way that it's helped mine. Now when I implemented this stuff, the same stuff that I'm about to share, it literally led to huge breakthroughs in my business, literally from the moment I decided to implement it. Now I have a science and engineering background, and so I've been digging really deep and practicing this stuff really diligently for the past 5 years, probably more than I should. I mean, my wall is covered with charts and math formulas. I've locked heads with some of the leaders in this field, but more importantly, I've conducted real live business tests, and what I'm about to share with you is the result of all of that research and testing, all distilled into a few simple key action items that you can take right now, right away, and see big results. So you're basically getting a college education distilled in a couple of short, super easy to follow videos. This stuff totally changed my life and my business, and it's 100% responsible for the lifestyle that my family and I now enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started, and in this first video I'm going to show you a simple, near bulletproof method that you can use in just 5 minutes to double your leads or opt-ins and triple your website traffic. Alright, so for a long time I struggled with a simple question. Why is it that most marketers, something like 96% or so, are either struggling or broke? They get little to no traffic and very little leads that trickle in 1 or 2 at a time. Why does it seem like all of these so-called proven strategies that our guru friends are always harping on about, why does it seem that these strategies that they preach aren't half as effective as what they're hyped up to be? So the most common response that you'll get is that people don't take action, and so they don't get the results they want. And while that might be partially true, this bothered me for a long time because I take massive action on what I was taught, and I'd either A, not see any results, or more commonly, I wouldn't have the amount of time in the day or the staff necessary to implement them effectively. I'd always be taking 1 step forward and then be knocked 2 steps back. And this continued for a long time, longer than I'd even care to admit, until I finally stumbled onto a simple breakthrough that immediately ended the struggle and led to some major breakthroughs in my business, all by using a new, highly leveraged way to grow my traffic and leads that's much better than search engine optimization, way cheaper than paid traffic, and delivers a much higher percent of buyers to my site, all taking almost 0 time to implement. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And in a second, I'm going to show you some live examples breaking down a clear and simple way to boost sluggish sales or kickstart non-existent sales in your business by dramatically boosting your traffic and leads. This is going to be so easy to follow, and you're definitely going to want to take some notes. Alright, so let's start by naming some of the biggest internet companies online. I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. If we want to do good online, we need to look at the best. Alright, so let's name a few. In fact, let's make it even easier. Let's hop over to Alexa, which shows the absolute biggest companies online. Alright, so here I am over at Alexa, and you'll see that the top websites online right now are Google, Facebook, you have YouTube. Go down some more, you have Amazon, you have eBay, you have Twitter. Now these are huge companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. And these are companies that seemingly sprung up out of nowhere. So how did they get so big? What are they doing right that we aren't? Now this question bothered me for a really long time. I mean, here we're being taught search engine optimization, pay-per-click, we're taught article marketing, video syndication, all these things that none of these companies ever did to grow. Why is that? Now don't get me wrong, I mean, if you've been around the block for any amount of time, you know that these strategies absolutely do work, but at what cost? I don't know about you, but as possible as it is to make search engine optimization work, you still have to master Google's algorithms, and that costs you the time that it takes to learn, the time it takes to execute, and the time it takes to wait around for hit or miss results, only to see that Google switches up their algorithms again as soon as you start to catch on. So then you might consider buying your traffic. Again, this is another great idea. But ask any Google pay-per-click user and they'll agree that if you're not spending more than 6 figures with Google, it's next to impossible to do business with them. And it's especially hard to navigate their ever-changing rules, which is a dangerous proposition for your business. I can't tell you how many legitimate people I know whose Google accounts were canceled for life out of the blue for accidentally violating some hidden rule. I'm sorry, but I can't work with that. We work way too hard to put our faith and our family's future in the hands of a company that changes its policies so often. Of course, then there's what I like to call spray and pray traffic. This is your article marketing, your blogging, your press releases, social media, video marketing, and all of the things that you can do to get traffic. Like I said, they absolutely do work to get you traffic, but good God, they sure don't tell you that it requires a big team, a lot of money, and a lot of patience to catch on in any meaningful way, not to mention the daily time and effort it takes to maintain your results. And then, of course, there's the lead generation part. Let's say you're a marketing and traffic genius, you're a productivity guru, and somehow you master Google, pay-per-click, article marketing, blogging, press releases, social media, video marketing, and on. And after that Herculean effort to get all those people over to your site, how are you going to convert them? How are you going to generate the trust it's going to take to get them to hand over their email address or their phone number? I mean, if that traffic is cold and it's not super targeted, well, you're out of luck. So there you are. Little to no traffic, even less leads, and a little business. You're working harder than ever with a family to support with little to no results. I know it sucks. Believe me. It starts to make sense why over 96% of marketers online fail. There's got to be a better way. And trust me, I was one of them until a few years ago when I started to study some of the techniques that the biggest companies are using today to grow. I said there has to be a better way. I mean, right now, let's take a look at them. Not so much at how big they are, let's take a look at the engine that made them grow so fast. How did Facebook literally dominate the internet in a few short years, growing from 0 to 750 million users, and is now valued at over $100 billion? Did you ever see an SEO campaign or a pay-per-click strategy there? Let's take Twitter. How did Twitter grow from 0 to 200 million users in less than 3 years? Still, no search engine optimization strategy. And the list goes on and on. Remember when Gmail started? How did it become the de facto email client when they were the last to market and they seemingly sprung out of nowhere? Now everybody has a Gmail account. And why is eBay and PayPal so big and literally unbeatable? I mean, eBay was cobbled together with some freeware software by a guy who never attended an auction. And then they grew to this multi-billion-dollar company seemingly overnight. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, it was all through viral marketing. These are marketing strategies that focus on growing your business by spreading information from person to person. In other words, they leverage their users or the actions of their users to grow their companies for them. And if you think for a second that any of it was based on luck, like a lot of these viral, funny videos grow, think again. These guys study the inner workings of what makes things spread and inject it into their marketing for absolutely astounding results. These are some of the fastest growing companies in history. This is new, next-gen stuff. This direct response marketing, the art of getting and improving specific and quantifiable results. It's that, but it's that on absolute steroids. And there's absolutely a systemized method to repeat these results at will. You implement virality in your marketing and you will be blown away by the results. I know I was. So, how does this work? Well, what if you could recruit an army of rabid customers willing to spread the word about your business for you? What if you could get them to blog about you, tweet about you, make videos for you, dig for you, stumble upon for you, write press releases, create web properties for you, or even do article marketing for you and be happy to do it on your behalf? This means your Google link building is covered. It means your pay-per-click is covered. Your social media, your blogging, your article marketing, it's all covered, all in ways that are far more effective than any single individual can achieve by themselves, or even if you had a team, or even if you had a highly trained affiliate army. So on the one hand, you have your traditional approach, the stuff that we're used to, your search engine optimization, your pay-per-click, your blogging, your Facebook, your Twitter, your articles, your videos. One action nets a cluster of visitors, and inch by inch your business grows, and that's a maybe. Now on the other hand, instead, you empower your visitors with the tools to market your business for you. You let them do the SEO, them do the blogging, they do the tweeting for you. Well, guess what? In that scenario, you multiplied your efforts exponentially. So let's briefly summarize the benefits that this new approach offers you. So number one, viral marketing can dramatically reduce your advertising costs. In most cases, you can reduce it all the way down to free. And this is how a lot of social viral marketing companies grew. They didn't spend a dime on advertising. Number 2, and this is huge, leverage. With viral marketing, you're leveraging your prospects and your customers to spread the word for you. And they're usually thrilled to do it because there's something nice in it for them. When the incentive is strong enough, they'll blog about you, tweet about you, make videos, social bookmark, article marketing, and they'll do it all for you, and they'll be happy to do it. And this is what I'm talking about. And if you've been around the online marketing world for any time, you'll realize that I just outlined the ideal search engine marketing strategy. You get 10 times the result with 1/10 the work. Your competitors don't stand a chance against this kind of attack. Then the third benefit, also huge, obviously, is exponential growth. Instead of growing at a steady pace like a traditional business, you grow exponentially, which means you're actually accelerating, which makes entering a market and dominating that market pretty easy with some very simple viral marketing. And soon you'll have gained so much momentum that you'll reach a point where you simply can't be overtaken. Then, of course, is the is yacht effect, and this is the I've seen you out there effect. This is where, as your customers are spreading your message and trumpeting your message all across the web, as people bounce around the web, they start to see your name out there more and more and more, creating a tremendous sense of authority for you and social proof that what you're doing is a big deal. And so as a result, your conversions skyrocket. And when they finally make it to your website, they're much more prone to purchase what you're selling and to spread your message because of all of that social proof that your viral messengers built for you. Now compare those benefits against some of the biggest issues right now with traditional internet marketing. With traditional internet marketing, your growth is inherently slow. You're growing inch by inch. The other is that it can be very expensive. When you're paying for every click that comes to your website, that can quickly get out of control. The other thing is it takes a whole lot of time to do. And you need a staff of experts just to execute traditional internet marketing. And then finally, it's unstable. When you have people like Google and Facebook determining how you run your business, that's a very unstable way to grow your business. Alright, so now that you understand the advantages of this new approach, let's look at some examples that you can use right now today to double your traffic and double your leads, which will ultimately double your sales. Now, quick disclaimer, I can't claim that these are average results. The average results is 0 because most people don't take any action at all. Now, that being said, the cool thing with these viral campaigns is that you can quickly augment an existing marketing campaign that you have and watch it go from steady sales to one that turns viral immediately. In fact, here's an example that you can take right now to the bank, and it's worked every single time I've tried it and has shown significant improvements for the people that I've seen implemented. So you definitely want to do this, and you definitely want to write this down. Alright, so I'm guessing you have a lead capture page or some kind of a landing page on your site, some way to collect emails, leads, or whatever. And if you don't worry, they're very easy to make. You can go to a site like unbounce.com and you can have one set up for free in no time. So after people sign up for your email newsletter, you take them to a basic viral campaign that I call the opt-in multiplier campaign. Okay, so in this campaign, let's say you have a free report that you're giving away. This free report will tell you how to do X, Y, and Z. And after they register to get that report, on the other side, it says, okay, we've sent you your report, but if you want to get the missing chapter or some missing component, we want you to tell 3 of your friends. And after you tell 3 of your friends, we're going to give you this missing chapter or something of greater value. So now you can go to a site like paywithatweet.com, which is totally free, and do something similar. Now, it's not quite as effective as the opt-in multiplier, but it's pretty darn close. So in this case, you basically ask them to tweet about the thing that you're giving away. In exchange for the tweet, you're going to give them something extra, a missing chapter. Now, the trick to making this work is to loop it back to the beginning. You want to make sure to embed a link that takes recipients of this message back to the URL of your landing page. Now, this campaign is called the opt-in multiplier because it takes every lead that you would normally get and multiplies it by incentivizing them to share a gift with a couple of their friends. Now, I know this campaign looks simple, but it's single-handedly responsible for me going from flat, non-existing traffic and sales to building 2 businesses overnight, netting an average of 77,000 monthly visitors on one site and 45,000 visitors on another, creating an almost 6-figure business for me and my partners the year it was launched. So definitely steal this campaign from me. Now, the beauty in this campaign is in the simplicity. Let's say right now you're getting 10 leads a day. As soon as you do something like this in your campaign, it has to increase. In many cases, it's going to double or triple the number of leads that you regularly receive. All it takes is for a few people on average to refer another person, and that's it. One thing that it's not going to do is decrease the amount of leads that you're getting, because you already got the lead and you're inviting those leads to spread the word. See, so you're inviting every one of those 10 people that have already subscribed to share it with their friends in exchange for something of greater value. And if a few of them take you up on your offer and share it with their friends, that's traffic you were never going to get in the first place. And that's the key with these viral campaigns, is that you can't lose by implementing them. You can only help. So I guess the big takeaway from all of this is that by any means necessary, you need to augment your current marketing strategy with viral marketing. And that campaign alone that I just mentioned, I've seen almost out of the gate, even if you mess up, can double and even triple the amount of leads that you get just by putting that in place. And simple math tells you that if you're doubling or tripling the number of leads that you get, you're also doubling and tripling your sales with that simple technique alone. And not just that, if you do it right, and I'll show you how in the next video, you'll build a system that compounds, which is the most powerful force in the universe, where 10 sales a day turns into 15 tomorrow, and 15 turn into 25, and 25 turn into 50, and it just keeps spiraling out of control in this viral expansion loop, and it does so all on autopilot because you've built an engine that automatically grows your business, and not a campaign that requires a lot of maintenance.